In this video, I'll show you how to use the ActiveCampaign list segmentation builder to hyper-personalize your marketing to reach your audience with the right message at the right time. I'm Jason, growth specialist at Wild Mail, where we help make ActiveCampaign even better for Europe-based businesses. Let's dive in. So first, super quickly, when we talk about list segmentation, what do we mean? Well, we said it before and we're going to continue saying it. Business is just relationships between people, and you can't have relationships, you can't build good relationships without relevancy. So if we've got an email list with different people on that list, different interests, different characteristics, we can't speak to them all the same. What we want to do is divide that list, that email list, and segment them into smaller groups so we can reach them with a more relevant message. For example, if someone owns an e-com shop, we don't want to speak to them with the same information as if we're talking to someone with a service business or a SaaS business. And that's where list segmentation comes in handy. So it's the practice of dividing your email list into more specific groups. Okay, we're going to be using ActiveCampaign, of course, through us at Wild Mail. We're one of the top resellers of ActiveCampaign, and there are a few steps. So we're going to dive right into ActiveCampaign. I'm going to show you two ways to do this. The first way is through lists. Over here on the left, click lists. And now what you're going to do is select the list that you want to create the segment for. If you're following the practices in this video above, you should have one main list, and then we're segmenting by tags. Okay, otherwise you're going to create a mess inside your CRM. It's best practices to use one main list. You can check out that video to learn more. So I'm going to just use the English list that we have here. And if I go to segments over here on the right, I can click this arrow. I can go to segments. And now you'll see all of the different segments that we've created in the past. If I want to create a new segment, I'll click that down here. And we'll just call this YouTube Test Jason and click Create Segment. And now as you can see here, we have the conditions so we can filter and create smaller, more specific groups from our main English list. So we'll just do a simple example. Let's select contact has tag. You can do this based on whether they've opened emails, whether they've opted in for certain lead magnets, whether they've replied to certain emails. There's really endless options that you can use to personalize and create segments for your ActiveCampaign lists. But we're going to just use tag exists, and we can use the newsletter as an example. So we'll say newsletter ready. And as you can see here, you can add other conditions. Remember, using an and condition is going to tighten up your filters because they have to meet both requirements. They have to have this tag and something else. Whereas if you use or, the contact only has to have this tag up here or whatever your next condition is. And you can continue stacking on top of this. They can have this tag and this tag, and or this combination of characteristics as well to really hyper personalize your marketing and your list segment. For this example, we'll keep it simple, and that will save the list segment. And now if I go back into our lists, I can go again to segments, and you'll see it here, YT Test Jason. Now, if I want to use that segment to send out a campaign, I can go over here on the left to campaigns. And this is where I'm going to show you the second way that you can set up a segment for a list. So let's use this example that I have here, and we'll modify this campaign. I'm going to choose the main list English. And now you'll see it'll allow me to select a segment. I can select the one that I just created, YT Test Jason, or I can create a new segment, and it's going to give me the exact same steps. You give it a name, and then you add your first condition just like we did before. So sometimes we'll do it ahead of time, create that segment, or sometimes we'll do it in the moment when we're looking to send a very specific one-time campaign. You can see the difference between campaigns and automations in this video here, and we'll create it right in the moment here, click done, and we'll have a new segment. So to review the steps, we've got go to lists, go to your segments, create a new segment, or you can do this in campaigns, select your list, and then create a new segment directly in your campaign builder here. Now, why would we want to segment? What are the benefits of this? We already talked about in the beginning, relevancy. So first, You're actually going to have better deliverability. If you have a massive list and you're just blasting out emails, the same email to all of them, you're going to have lower open rates, lower click-through rates, the engagement is going to be lower, and email service providers, they're not going to like what they see. They're going to be more blocks. They're going to be more of your messages, more of your emails arriving in the spam inbox. We have a video on that as well, how to avoid your emails ending up in the spam box. And list segmentation is one of the top ways you can do that. You're going to have higher open rates, higher click-through rates, better engagement, and higher conversions. And you are splitting your main list into specific segments and then delivering the right message to the right person at the right time, delivering content that they're interested in specifically based on these characteristics, and building that relationship through this personalization. So better deliverability and then just better results overall with your email marketing and building that relationship with your audience. Now, I mentioned earlier I'd explain more about Wildmail, and at Wildmail, we are one of the top resellers of ActiveCampaign in the world, and at its core, Wildmail is just ActiveCampaign, so nothing changes with your pricing, your API integrations, your email sequences, your campaigns, your login, your password. It all stays the same because it is ActiveCampaign at its core. We inherit your next billing cycle, so you don't get charged anything additional by us, but your next billing cycle will be through us, and then that allows us to stack additional benefits for free on top, especially for Europe-based businesses. So first, we've got premium localized support. We are based in Europe, and we're leveraging years of experience as an ActiveCampaign agency in the past to help you get the most out of this tool today. You'll get custom onboarding with our support team, plus anyone on a plus plan or above will get a package of free consulting calls with us. If you're already working with a third-party agency or in-house, no worries, we'll do it with them. Now, we also have a library of free training you can use. And finally, we have Wild Metrics. Wild Metrics is our no-code API-based tracking app for the customer journey in ActiveCampaign. This allows you to track revenue by tags, revenue by automations, revenue by email campaigns. You can build out beautiful dashboards to make sense of the data and then optimize your campaigns to hit your next revenue goal. And you'll get a free account for that as well. So if you've never used ActiveCampaign before or Wildmail, you'll see a link below for a 14-day free trial through us. If you are using ActiveCampaign, no worries. You can move. There's no migration process. It's just moving the billing to us. It's a 5 to 10 minute process, super fast, and we can help you with that process. There's another link for moving your account below to get those additional benefits for free. And if you have any questions at all about Wildmail, just drop them below in the comments or shoot us an email, and we'd be happy to answer those for you. If you got value from this video, make sure to subscribe for more ActiveCampaign tutorials and hit the like button so we can reach more people just like you with this content. That's it from me. I will see you next tutorial. Cheers.